Good morning everyone. I've just got back from the gym, got my protein shake ready, and I'm going to be sharing today my meal planning for the week, my shopping list, what are my essentials in the kitchen, pantry essentials, all of this stuff as a vegan of 10 years. It is of course Veganuary, so lots of you are probably attempting to be vegan this month or just eat more vegan food, or that you want to just do that this year in 2024. You want to either go vegan or you want to just eat more vegan food, reduce your animal product intake, and I'm here for you with this. So hit the subscribe button, thumbs up, and stay tuned for so much vegan content this year. And I'm not someone who's going to tell you to go vegan or do anything extreme. Do what works for you. Reduction, being mindful, just incorporating it in a way that works for you is what I want you to all do. I want to encourage you to eat more plants, eat more vegan food without it being like a strict thing if that doesn't work for you. So it's Friday, I need to go shopping, and I'm just going to share with you my process because it can be overwhelming thinking of what you're going to eat in the week. Breakfast, lunches, dinners, making sure it lasts, trying to fit it in with a budget, all that kind of stuff. And I'm just going to run through it all with you. So I have a whole guide for this in my book, and I'm going to essentially explain it to you as I do it. I've got my cookbooks that I fancy looking through. You can use cookbooks that you've got, or Pinterest or Instagram, TikTok, wherever you find your recipes, my YouTube channel, my cookbook. And I'll just have a little flip through and write down maybe some of the ones that I fancy. I also go into my cupboards and see what food I have left. And in my cookbook, I also have a whole section on meal prep. So it basically explains how I do it and how I suggest that you do it. What the first step is to create a system. This is basically whatever works for you. There's apps that you can use. I love AnyList. I think that there's a free Samsung one my sister was telling me about. It could be a pen and paper, you know, like a little meal plan calendar that you can get. There's also a website called Eat Your Books where you can log all of your cookbooks and attach the recipes into an app like AnyList so that they're all logged in there, so you don't have to physically root through all of your cookbooks. Just make sure that it's simple and it's sustainable for you, because if you set up some elaborate meal planning setup and then you don't follow through with it, you'll just give it up altogether. So it might be a good idea to start with a pen and paper. So this is my little thing that I had, I think it was last week or the week before. I've just got breakfast, lunches, dinners, and then below it is my shopping list. I just keep this as it is and I just change it every week. And before I get into my cookbooks, I did sit down, but before I get into my cookbooks, I'll go look in the fridge, go look in the cupboard, and try and use what I've already got. This will save you money. So let's have a little look, shall we? I start with the cupboards first, because grains and beans are a good place to start. Here is my pantry cupboard with everything I need in life. This is the dream for me. It's not the tidiest. Well, it's fine. There's a few things that I need to actually put in the jars. But I have a little rummage. I look at the things I've got. Even if you've literally just got one cupboard, in our old house we had one cupboard for food, and I would often forget about the stuff that was at the back, because if you've got less space, sometimes it means that things get pushed back and you forget they're there. So have a rummage, go to the back of the cupboard and use that to start your inspo. So I'll just note it down. So I have a lot of risotto rice. So definitely we're making risotto this week. We've always put it down on our list and we're still making our way through risottos. And you can also keep this list on your phone and just delete it when you use it. So you can kind of have a slight running total on, or like a log of what you've got. You can go to the extreme, like I've done this in the past where I've had like a full log of all the food I've got and the stock I've got in my kitchen. But sometimes you don't have time to do that. That's like another level of organization. But you can just jot it down if that's the simplest way to think of it. I have got some quinoa, that could be a good one as a recipe. We have got some barley. I also have a little note of stuff that needs stocking up. So we have got some rice, but it doesn't look like we've got any brown rice. So I'm gonna add brown rice to the list just so we can stock that up. It's always good to have that as an essential. Okay, so brown rice is now on the shopping list. Hopefully this can kind of give you a little bit of an insight as well of what I actually have in my cupboard and what foods I eat all the time. We seem to have not stocked up on pasta. I need to put this in there, so I'm gonna do that. We have got orzo. We've got some lentils. This is the wrong label. These are split pea. We've got green lentils, which actually I did say I really wanted to make a shepherd's pie, like a vegan shepherd's pie. So I'm definitely gonna make that. That's gonna go on my dinner list. So you just get inspired when you see stuff and you realise what you've been craving. Shepherd's pie. And looks like we have got a good amount of flour. I think we could stock up on, that looks like the wholemeal flour. And then I also have these drawers which have other things in them. So we've got chickpeas, I've got peanut butter, vegetable soup. I usually have these in the cupboard. This is quite a good thing to have just for those days when you just don't know what to make, and it's a backup. There's some Oatly cream, there's some coffee. We do need coffee beans, that was on the list. But this drawer is looking quite good actually, not too bad, not too bad. And then this drawer is more, this is like grains. So we've got some noodles, we've got pasta, spaghetti, lentils, bulgur wheat. I always have nuts, especially cashews, in my cupboard, no matter what, because you can make my 10-minute mac and cheese for my cookbook. It's a great snack, and you can make any sort of cheesy sauce. It's just an essential, and I use it in so many recipes. And I always stock up on any nuts, like this walnuts they could do with stocking up. In fact, what I might do is place an order online. There's a website where I get a lot of my organic ingredients from. The other nuts I don't stock up as often because I don't use them as much, like pecans I don't use as often, but I'd really recommend having at least a few jars of nuts like almonds, cashews, walnuts. They're a great snack and they're used in so much vegan cooking. And then my bottom drawer is basically sugars and flours. These need putting into those. So we've got plain flour, rye flour, what's this one? Sponge flour, icing sugar, raisin flour, that stays down here. Basically, these flours are for Alex to bake bread with, and then that drawer is more for baking cakes and nice treats, that kind of thing. If you're curious, up here is where I store spices. So I buy spices in bulk, either from my local health food shop or online, and I just put them into my Indian spice tin, which I will show you in a second. And it means I'm always stocked up. Get a collection, just start building your collection of spices. And then I've got things like raisins, light brown sugar needs topping up. This is quite a nice little pantry restock I'm doing here. Things like golden caster sugar. If you're really into your cooking, just make sure you've always got light brown sugar, dark brown sugar, golden caster sugar or caster sugar, and granulated sugar. And icing sugar. I know that's a lot of sugars, but they kind of work for different baking items. We've got some dried beans, more sugars, that's brown sugar at the back. What else we've got here? Basically the stuff that I don't use as much. Panko breadcrumbs. And then here we've got onions, potatoes, and then some breakfast muesli, granola, and oats. And that's where all my food is stored. These are said Indian spice tins. And we've got my essentials in here. So we have, these need topping up actually. This is like a nice little refresh. 3 of them are empty, but we've got turmeric, cayenne, coriander, cumin seeds, and these are cumin powder. That needs topping up, so let me note that in my brain. Cumin, oh, coriander, that's garam masala then. Yeah, garam masala. And I think this one should be paprika. So I'm gonna stock these up as well. But I'll leave a link to this on Amazon. It's such a lifesaver. It's so much easier to cook with. And I just love cooking curry and spicy food so much that I use this almost every day. This is my second one, slightly less used. This is more for just general seasonings. So we've got onion powder, rosemary, oregano, chili flakes, garlic powder, thyme, basil, curry powder, and mixed herbs in the middle. They're just not ones that I use as frequently, but it means I've always got my stock right here. And then down here is my cupboard of more spices and goodies. So I just have everything here decanted out that I wouldn't have in those spice containers. And this may seem extreme. I don't know, maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Maybe some of you are like, I have the exact same. Maybe some of you think this is way too much, but obviously food is my job. So at the top, I've got things like soy sauce, vinegars, every kind of vinegar, red wine vinegar, cider vinegar, mirin, apple cider vinegar, balsamic vinegar, balsamic glaze, Worcester sauce, vegan Worcester sauce, toasted sesame oil. We've got, oh, chili powder, that can go separately. We've got vegan honey, Marmite's, plant-based, chocolate spread, and then these are the kind of spices that I don't use as frequently, but you do need them sometimes. So things like sumac, ground cloves, nutmeg, cardamom pods, fennel seeds, coriander seeds, bay leaves, what else have we got in here? Asafoetida, chilies, celery salt, mustard powder. I use them a lot, but they're not my kind of go-tos when it comes to cooking generally. They're more of a recipe specific spice. And then at the bottom we have sesame seeds, because I use these so much to top stir fries with. Oh, back here we've got some more spices. Got some dukkha and ras al hanout, which is so delicious. We've got kala namak, which if you want to replicate egg, this is top tier vegan hack. Use kala namak or black salt on top of your recipes like tofu scrambles to give that eggy taste. It's essentially just a sulfurous salt, which sounds disgusting, but it does give the vibe. We've got gravy, veg stock, and nutritional yeast. Just all of the essentials in one place so I can cook with them. And then we have our fridge, which is a good amount of empty at the minute. Is that a sentence? A good amount of empty? So we've just got lots of condiments here. Essentially what we've got in here is chutneys, mustards, things like harissa, lazy garlic, galangal, ginger, some chutneys for like more chutneys. Literally you have 2 shelves of chutneys, we need to reduce that. And then we've got all of our condiments like barbecue sauce, brown sauce, hot sauce, and then at the bottom just some different things like this is a prebiotic, Oatly milk, and a non-alcoholic spritz from Pantry. And then in the fridge we've got much of the same. These are some pickles, some miso, some vegan mayonnaise, some jams, some salsa. This is a nice little peanut and sesame chutney from Gymkhana, which actually should go in here. Move that in. And then we've just got some drinks, a little bit of vegan cheese left over from Christmas. This I got in London, brought it down with me. Lovely wasabi sushi, which I might have for lunch. Some leftovers, Roxy's dog food. I always have this in the fridge for baking. It's obviously not the healthiest thing in the world, but it is accidentally vegan and it is really good for baking vegan things. And then the bottom drawers just have some dregs of vegetables left. I've literally just got some red cabbage, red pepper, and parsley. So we have a nice blank surface to work with. I'm just going to jot down that we have a red pepper, some parsley, and some red cabbage. And then up here I've just got nothing really. So it's kind of like a nice blank slate. And I'm going to have a little root through my cookbooks to decide what it is that I'm going to make this week. So I think we also need to stock up on some golden caster sugar. So one recipe I'm definitely going to be making is my paella. I'll leave a link to my cookbook down below. This is a vegan paella. It's very easy, and obviously because we've got a red pepper and the paella rice, that works perfectly. So I'm just going to jot down everything on my shopping list. And we also have parsley, so that works. So the only things I need to buy for that is an orange pepper, a red chilli, button mushrooms, 4 tomatoes, and I don't think we have saffron. Saffron's very expensive. I think I'm also going to make this sesame, ginger, and mint noodle salad and have it with some tofu because we've got loads of noodles. It has red cabbage, which uses up the remainder of that red cabbage, which is great. And the good thing about having a stocked pantry is that a lot of the things on your list you already have. So I've already got sesame seeds, I've got the tahini, soy sauce, maple syrup, sesame oil, ginger, garlic. I don't have limes, and it means that your shopping list is reduced. But I'm gonna have that, serve that with tofu. I usually plan for 5 dinners because we often have leftovers. You might go out one day or you might just change your mind, because whenever I plan for 7, we always end up rolling it over because life happens. I'm gonna have a little look in my new cookbook from Zeka, which is Vegan Recipes from India by Romy Gill. And these just look so good. So I might actually make chana dal. I know it's basic, but I love trying new versions of it because, can you hear the washing machine? Who else has a Samsung washing machine? So as it says in the start, it says, there are so many ways of cooking this. Every household in India cooks dal very differently and everyone thinks their way is the best. I hope I can convince you that such is the case with this recipe. So I do love to try new versions, so I'm definitely going to be making that. Alex also loves chana dal. And I actually kind of want to try making a new variety anyway of naan. So if she's got a recipe for that, then I want to try it because I know they can be really easy and I've made them quite a few times in different ways. I'm going to try these roti because it's similar timing for the chana dal, so you can just make them both. Once I've done my dinners, I can see what will make enough for leftovers the next day because there's 2 of us. So for example, I know that shepherd's pie serves like 6 to 8, so we can have that for 2 dinners. The paella serves 4, so we can have that for lunch the following day, so that's another lunch. Our chana dal serves 4 to 6, so that's perfect for leftovers because it's like a soup. And then for breakfast, I'm much more laid back with breakfast. I kind of tend to have a similar thing every day. I have a lot of porridge and avocado toast. Alex loves to make bread every week, so I just alternate, or I'll have Marmite on toast, or I'll have a protein shake. But one thing I've been loving recently is a vegan omelette. But one thing I thought I could do this week, just for ease of time, would be to make my baked 1-pan scramble. One thing I do need to top up on is porridge oats. We did want to make the orange chocolate shortbread last week and we didn't get to it. So we need 200 grams of vegan butter. We've already got that for the stalk. That's why I always have it in the cupboard, because this kind of means I feel like we've got all these ingredients. 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, caster sugar I've already got on the list, plain flour we've got, zest of 1 orange. I'm pretty sure we've got oranges from Christmas still. Vegan dark chocolate. Yes, wonderful. That's generally speaking why I always have stuff stocked up for the baking drawer, because you can usually make something. So I think I'll check on the orange, but we should have everything. And I just find this so much easier if I set aside however long that took me, half an hour, 45 minutes of my week to just sit down and plan the week. You will be so grateful. If you don't already do this, then get to it. It would take me half an hour if I wasn't filming, maybe even less than that. It is a life changer. It means you can stay on top of your goals, if that is to go vegan, to cook more from scratch, to eat more whole foods, whatever it is, it can enable that to happen, a little bit of planning and prepping. So I'm gonna eat my lunch, I'm gonna restock the stuff from the pantry, and then we're gonna go to the shops. Okay, I had a little bit of a mix up. I completely forgot I've got a Green Chef delivery coming tomorrow, because I'm scatty and you can still be a meal planner even if you're scatty. So I do have some meals coming. So we've got vegan spiced tofu and udon curry soup, vegan fable mushroom red wine ragu, and vegan chipotle mushroom and aubergine tacos. I love Green Chef because they've got so many vegan options and dietary options, and I should have a discount code with them. I do work with them. This video isn't sponsored, but I do work with them. So I probably have a discount code that I can share with you, and I'll link it if you're someone who just wants the ease of having the ingredients already mapped out for you and the recipes chosen and it's just delivered. It is very, very appealing in that way. It is the next day. I ran out of time yesterday, so we're shopping today. I made the executive decision. I had an appointment at like 4 and I was like, oh, it's too close. And I didn't want to feel rushed. I quite enjoy food shopping. So we're gonna go to Travascus, which is a local farm shop, maybe Richard's. But yeah, let's head to the farm shop to get what we need. me show you what I got. So we spent £73 in the farm shop. This was a bit of an impulse purchase, but I do like to have a frozen pizza in the freezer just for emergencies, and I've not had this one. This is the Crosta and Malika Vegana Sourdough Pizza, broccoli, red onion, mushroom and chickpea, right up my street. So that's going straight in the freezer. Alex asked for these crisps. These are the brown bag crisps, hand cooked in small batches, gluten-free, vegan, oak smoked chili. The lady at the till, Alex, commented on those. She goes, oh, this is my kind of shop. Amy. Salt and cider vinegar from Two Farmers. I've had these before. They're plastic free, so it's like compostable packaging, which is very, very cool. I had to top up on quite a few things, so that's why I guess this shop was a bit more. So we have porridge oats, organic porridge oats, organic popcorn kernels. These are so easy to make and so delicious with coconut oil. Pasta sugar, because I needed to top that up. Brown basmati rice, again, another top up. Walnuts, they had cashews, but it's a tiny bag, so I think I'll order those online or when I go to the other shop, because we do have some. We needed some more wholemeal bread flour because we were running low. We were also running low on ketchup, so I got the Mr. Organic Italian ketchup. Some mint and coriander. The Violife Parmesan, it's called Proso Ciano. These I couldn't resist, they were very expensive, but they had a whole selection of frozen fruit and veg that's organic. I've never seen that before, so I had to get them. The brand is Packed. It's recyclable because it's paper packaging. I just thought that was very, very cool. And then I also got saffron. So yeah, there's a few things on this kind of that made it pricier, like the blueberries, the saffron, the stocking up of stuff. And then I've got myself some spinach. I had some beautiful tomatoes in the shop that you don't normally see, so I got 2 of those. These are Alex's favourite vegan chocolate. It's buttermilk, treat yourself better, caramel, nougat, chocky bar, and it's all plant-based. Spring onions. I got 2 different kinds of mushrooms. We've got little button mushrooms, and then I also got some chestnut mushrooms. The button mushrooms are for the paella, and then the chestnut mushrooms are for the shepherd's pie. This is a whole bag of veg. Cherry tomatoes, garlic. I got a few red chilies, a nice big bunch of carrots. Sorry about the lighting, it keeps on changing for some reason. Maybe it's because of this window. A whole bunch of carrots with the carrot top still on, which is nice. Some pepper, lemons and limes. I got 6 lemons and 3 limes just because I needed a top up. I always have my lemons and limes stocked. It's just a pantry essential and you can use it for everything. I got 2 Seville oranges. These were on offer and I'm going to use them for the shortbread. I got 2 massive onions just to stock up because I wasn't sure if we had them or not. I think that I wrote it down but also was unsure. And then I got some Maris Piper potatoes. Yeah, that's everything from the farm shop. And then we got our Green Chef delivery, which you'll see me make in the next video. I like to, well, I'm gonna try and find my little containers and put them in kind of sections. I like keep them in the bags. So this week we've got chipotle mushroom and aubergine tacos, spiced tofu and udon curry soup, and fable mushroom and red wine ragu. They look delish. So we've got this bag here. I think that these are the fridge bags. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe and hit the thumbs up if you want to see more vegan recipes this year. If you're trying to go plant-based, eat more vegan food, do veganuary, whatever. I'll be following this up with a what I eat in a week, showing how I cook with this food. And I have so much content on my channel already over the years from filming so many recipe videos. So I'll leave a link up here to my recipe playlist so you can go check that out. And also my grocery playlist. I'll leave my grocery playlist up here and I'll leave my recipe playlist down below because if you're watching this, you probably want to see my food shops and stuff. So yeah, go check that out and I will see you in my next video. And I'm gonna put everything away. Bye.